Hey, folks, welcome to episode 6 of the Rhubarb Travelers podcast. We are recording this show on Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. I am Blake. With me, as always, is Damon. How are you doing, my friend?
This is our second start. So I already asked Blake if he was sick. He said no. He says it's allergies. We talked about how the leaves and the wetness in North Carolina makes mold and allergies. So
Yes.
there's the take. And it was all my fault. It was my phone.
Yeah.
You know, when I have do not disturb on except for, you know, like my wife, my parents, and my kids. And
Right.
they all seem to want to, you know, message me at the
Exactly when you start recording.
exactly when I'm recording. Absolutely. Even though I tell them all, again, hey, I'm recording. And then they still reply back with,
okay.
Yeah. No, the whole point was I'm recording. Anyway, so it's been interesting here. I'm actually off from now until after Thanksgiving, but I have like a plethora of things to clean, I guess. Like the big thing is like it's time to clean and get stuff ready for Christmas.
I was going to say, you got to start setting up for Christmas, man.
Yeah, I wanted to set up earlier, but I just didn't really get around to it. So here we are at this week. I still have to get my son from school, so there's that. So there's still a lot to do this week, and then get ready for Thanksgiving.
Actually, you're making me check I have to start setting up for Christmas this weekend. The Queen has commanded it. So,
yeah.
So anyway, all right. So let's get on to our.
How many trees do you have in the house?
1, 2, 3, I think 3.
Okay. We have 2.
Main tree, and then we have a smaller tree at the main entrance to the house, and then one in one of our kids' rooms. So
do you do anything with those trees? Like we have a main tree for Christmas morning, and then a tree for presents from like, you know, whatever relatives send them, and gifts to each other sometimes. Up in the loft, which is our second tree.
Yeah, so our main tree is in the living room, and that's where all the presents go. And then the smaller tree that's at the main entrance of the house is what is called the angel tree. And so just my wife has collected angel ornaments over the years.
Oh, okay.
So it's a themed tree.
Yes, our themed tree in the game room, I guess that is all the kids' ornaments that they've made. So all and ornaments that like I made growing up and things like that, just those ornaments. So it's all homemade ornaments only on that tree.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to our Patreon subscriber shout out. This show, we are shouting out Angie C., who happens to be a personal friend of mine and a fellow member of the music group that I'm in called the Raleigh Ringers. So she has been...
Which I think Blake is forcing me to go see this year.
I am forcing you. You backed out on me last year. So
I did. I think tennis, though, is involved. Like when tennis is involved, there's not much I can do. I just wish it was the length of our episodes. I'd be a lot better with that.
No, yeah. So, so Angie and I both perform with the Raleigh Ringers. It's a musical group that we're in. If you're interested, go to www.rr.org and you can find out more about the Raleigh Ringers, the group that we're in. So if you are interested in becoming a Patreon subscriber, please head on over to patreon.com, do a search for Rhubarb Travelers Podcast, and we will show up. And we would greatly appreciate if you would consider becoming a Patreon subscriber.
Yeah, me and Blake were just talking about like what output money we have. And it's like, it would be nice. Like, listen, I don't mind doing a show for free. It becomes less exciting when you're doing a show and you're paying yourselves. But anyway.
Right now, it's not too bad. But as we hopefully will start to expand, our expenses will expand as well. So, again,
I'll be honest with you. There is a Halloween mask that I really want to do Instagrams with. Let's be honest. All right. So we do have no DVC news, but we do have some DVC news, right?
Well, yeah. So Damon applied for a wait list for DVC and he got it. So I guess, Damon, you're going to talk about it.
Yeah. As we kind of talked about previously, like I'm kind of waitlist king. Like I tend to get all the wait lists that I want, so I can't complain too much. This one was a tough one, because we did have a 3-bedroom and it was a 3-bedroom on a Saturday, and we were looking for a Friday night to kind of match up with that so that we didn't have to switch hotels. So what we had done is, and this is at Hilton Head, and what we had done is we had booked a room at an actual hotel for Friday night, and we were just going to switch between them. And we would have done that, and it would have been not terrible, but, you know, because you're not running to a park That's why it's not so bad. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you drop off your stuff, you go to the beach, you hang out. Like it's not terrible because you're not running to a park. But anyway, we did get a 2-bedroom lock off, and it's going to be me and my wife, and then my daughter for her birthday, and then a bunch of kids. I don't know how many, but I thought a 2-bedroom lock off to a 3-bedroom will be fine. It shouldn't be terrible. And even though we have to move, again, it's not so bad. You know, head to the beach, move, you know, eat, and it shouldn't be so bad.
And remind me when you're going again?
March.
Okay. So
yeah. There's some like small break there that matches up with like the week before my daughter's birthday. So it makes a lot of sense. We're only going for 2 nights, which I think is fine. And again, we'll eat all the good places and things like that.
Right. That time of year, it will be, well, not too cold, I guess. Yeah.
So the thing is they're more concerned about the beach. Like it's not like they want to go bodyboarding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Like,
yeah.
Like they're not worried about like being in the ocean for the whole day. Like my boys would be more annoyed with that, but they just want to sit on the beach. So the weather should be fine for that. So it shouldn't be a big deal. And it's interesting. Like I said, we've been to Hilton Head so many times. I've only actually been to DVC once. I think the other thing that I kind of like about it, and it's probably one of the reasons that I like the Gaylord properties as well, is that, you know, we can kind of just let them do their own thing. And there's enough to do in the DVC resort that you don't kind of worry. But I mean, not like I'm worrying about a 16-year-old, but at the end of the day, it's nice because it's all very self-contained. Like if I want to go to bed at 10 o'clock and they're like, yeah, we're going to hang out until 12:30 at night. Like, okay, cool. Like I don't worry at like 11:30 at night at a DVC resort.
Right.
Where I might be a little bit more concerned somewhere else.
Right. All right. So once you get back from that, we'll get a trip report.
I might record from there.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
That would be cool. All right. All right, let's move on to listener questions. We have one. Bernice C. came in at the last moment with a great question, by the way. So Bernice C. asks, I am looking into a 2026 first-time trip to Dollywood. What are the do's and don'ts? Is there a better season to go? Do you stay on or off property? And she says, it looks like there's a good ticket deal right now if you stay on, but is it really worth it? And how many park days do you need to see and do everything? We would be 2 adults going.
Okay. So this is right up my alley.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a better season? I've been to all the seasons and I like them all for different reasons, right? Okay. Summer's fine. It's a little, it's the mountain. So it's not like being at Disney in the summer. So that's fine. The winter is nice.
It's not surface of the sun hot.
No, the winter is fine. The only kind of downside you have with the winter time is that you may run into some snow and that may be a detriment, right? So right. I probably, unless I was really looking to go to the Christmas stuff, I would probably avoid snow season.
Right. Yeah.
So I think what we've started to find is the beginning of June, like right before kids, like, so being in the South, we get out a little bit earlier, right, in terms of school. But I would say that for us, if you can do it, June's a really good time, especially beginning of June, because kids are still in school. Like what we end up doing is like my daughter will get out on like a Thursday or have her last exam on a Friday. And then we just leave that day because not many people are willing to do that. Right. So you still get this time of, not a lot of people there. So I would say beginning of June is what I would shoot for if it was me personally. Staying on property or off.
So, all right. So let me interject here. So I have been to Dollywood one time and we stayed off property, and looking at the deals and looking at the perks that you get from staying on property, I think if we were to go again, I would stay on property. I think it's worth it.
So it really is a money thing because when you look at it, there's some really good places to stay off property that are far cheaper. So we usually stay at Riverstone. I wouldn't stay there as a first trip, right? But the Christmas Time Inn, it is phenomenal. And I would consider that on a trip, but I don't think first trip. So the benefits you get with staying on property are if somebody could bring back like 1990 Disney, like cast member, like, and just the overall customer experience that used to exist at Disney. This is not I'm not trying to knock Disney, but I'm just saying, if you could bring back the golden age of customer service for Disney, that's what you get at the Dollywood property.
Yeah.
Like, I kid you not, like, you'll be surprised at how many things there are to do that are just free. There's not a charge for them, just how well things are run, how nice people are there. I would say on property, it is a lot more money. Like, it is a lot more money. The thing is that you do get a bus to the park, which is nice, but it's not like Disney. Like, you could drive there and that's no problem, but you do get a bus to the park. And the other thing is that you get I always want to call them time turners, but they're not. You get this little thing that almost looks like a Tamagotchi that allows you
like a little pager or something.
Yeah. And you can schedule rides with that. And
right.
I think it's worth it, especially if it's, kind of your first time. So with two adults, I would definitely do it too, because it's just not as expensive. And I think you'll enjoy the experience. Now, we've only stayed at the first resort. We're staying at the Heartland or whatever it's called, the second one this year. So I can't really speak on that, but whatever the first one's called, which just eludes me for the time being, it is really nice. It really is. And I tell you, as I've said before, we've had our best Thanksgiving dinner ever there. So the food is just great. Like,
on property.
On property. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was a buffet and it was so good. The food at Dollywood just surpasses anything you're going to find at the amusement parks in Florida, for sure.
Right.
How many days would I need to go? I think it's a 2-day park.
I would agree. I think we did 2 days, and then we did a third day for the water park exclusively.
We did, and the water park is just okay. That's what I would say. It's just okay. Like, I don't think we're even going to go this time around. The only thing is you have to remember, Dollywood is a great place. Like I said, my personal favorite park, but there is so much to do in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
So you'll be driving by things, like, it's almost like you might as well stay at the property to start, because like you can get wandering eyes for like all the other things that there are to do.
Yeah.
So just go to the park, stay at the park, stay in your Dollywood bubble for the first go around, but realize that there's a ton of other things to do.
And he's talking about in Pigeon Forge, which is where Dollywood is. I will say,
and Gatlinburg, which is close too.
And Gatlinburg, yeah. So just to be aware, if you've never been in that area, it's a little tourist trappy, right? That outside of Dollywood.
It is tourist trappy, but I would say it still feels comfortable and safe, which I think is nice.
Yes, I would agree with that 100%. So, all right. With all that being done, let's go to hear a word from our sponsor. We'd like to welcome our inaugural sponsor to the show, Don'tResistTheTravel.com. Folks, vacation travel should be exciting, memorable, and most importantly, completely stress-free. Ha! Right. However, as we all know, planning that perfect trip for you and your family can be anything but that. And that's where the folks at Don't Resist the Travel come in and save the day. Whether you're traveling with your family and want a vacation that's fun, effortless, and full of memories, or you're looking for a luxury escape with VIP experiences, private tours, and hand-picked resorts, the folks at Don't Resist the Travel handle every detail just for you. When you work with Don't Resist the Travel, you don't just book a trip, you build an experience that's truly tailored to your personal needs. So don't resist. You know you want to travel. Visit Don'tResistTheTravel.com and start planning your next unforgettable getaway today. And make sure to let them know the guys at Rhubarb Travelers Podcast sent you. That's Don'tResistTheTravel.com. And we're back. All right, let's move into some park news. Disney has announced a new Broadway concert series that will be performing during the Epcot.
Wait, can we talk about how Beach Boys almost shut down Epcot though?
Yes. Okay. All right. If you've been looking at Facebook, you will have seen that John Stamos, Uncle Jesse, performed with the Beach Boys at the American Pavilion and basically shut the entire place down because no one could move around at all.
And it made me think about something though. And it made me think that, like, you know, sometimes you go through the list of people that are going to show up for that event and you're like, oh, well, where are the big stars? Like, you can't. Like, you can't have huge stars because this is what, like, this was a big deal. And like, it wouldn't have big dealed me, but you could have brought other people that would have made this even worse. So I kind of get now where they're coming from. I think this kind of showed us what can happen, which it was still awesome though. I mean, Uncle Jesse performing with the Beach Boys, still pretty awesome.
So let me ask you, do you think it was the Beach Boys that drew the crowd or you think it was Uncle Jesse?
Well, see, I think that's interesting. I think it was both because was he really playing? Like, I don't know if he,
yes, he was. Yeah, he was playing a guitar. And
no, was it planned that he was going to play?
Oh, was it planned?
Yeah, see, so I think it's the Beach Boys that might have shut it down.
I would agree with that.
I mean, as we talk about like who goes to the parks, like, yeah, that fits the, you know, it fits the age range.
Yep. So, but along those lines, Disney has announced a Broadway concert series that will be performing at the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. They are going to be featuring the actual performers that have portrayed characters on Broadway from all of the shows that Disney has helped produce. It's going to be happening at the American Gardens Theater in the American Pavilion. Going to be running from January 16 through February 23rd, 2026. There will be 3 shows each day, starting at 5:30. They'll be at 5:30, 6:45, and 8 p.m. And Disney, of course, being Disney, has come up with some special dining packages. So if you want to have a meal that night, you can do that. And then you will get some preferred seating at the shows. And just looking at the list, we have performers that are coming from the Aladdin Broadway show, from The Little Mermaid, from Tarzan, from The Lion King. So if you have seen any shows from the Broadway.
On Broadway, not like Blake would tell you at like the DPAC or something.
Okay, so I knew you were going to do this. I'm
glad that you know me so well.
And I want you to know, if you look, Michael James Scott is performing. He's the genie from Aladdin, and he was performing at DPAC.
One person.
You can ignore whatever Damon says about
one person.
Regional theaters. Count. Damon has this incorrect opinion that regional musical theaters are less than Broadway. Now,
oh my goodness, I can't believe you actually would admit to that on air. Are you out of your mind? Of course they are. Broadway is Broadway.
Yes, but you have Broadway performers coming to these regional theaters. And if it if it wasn't for these regional theaters, I'm going to tell you Broadway wouldn't exist because
Broadway existed before these regional theaters. Are you crazy?
Very, very few shows ever actually make money. And it's when they go on these traveling circuits to these regional theaters that they actually make a profit. So if it wasn't for them,
folks, I can't be on board with this. See, this is just a take that I don't agree with.
You know what? People are now learning.
See, again, this is the other question though. Have you been on Broadway?
Yes, I have.
What have you seen on Broadway?
I have seen Les Mis. I have seen Phantom of the Opera. I'm dating myself because neither one of those are on Broadway, right?
You did, right? He did date himself there, but that's okay. I just don't agree with that, but we're gonna let it go for you, Blake.
Okay. Regardless, there are going to be some top-notch performers coming.
That I will sure. I will get on board with that.
To the American Pavilion. So if you are a big musical theater and you like the musicals, make sure you are in Epcot between January 16 and February 23, and you will be treated with some great performances. All right, moving on. Let's head on over to Disney Animal Kingdom. There's been some new information that has come out about the Indiana Jones ride. That is, of course, taking the place of Dinosaur. So here's the information that Disney has put out, and this is official from Disney. Their wording is, this is on the outskirts of Pueblo Esperanza in the tropical Americas. An adventure awaits with pop culture's most beloved archaeologist, Indiana Jones. The attraction takes place inside a mysterious Mayan temple and will be an all-new adventure. Unlike any of the existing India attractions around the world, it opens in 2027.
I do like that last bit of verbiage, right? Unlike any other. Okay. We all know it's going to be similar, though. Let's be honest. All I've been seeing, though, let me be honest with you. So so let's pull, the curtain back a little bit. So what happens usually during the 2-week period in between is, again, like I have to just go on record and saying for all the people from that other stupid podcast that used to knock me about not following, Disney stuff. I follow Disney stuff every single day. And I guess what happens is for Blake and myself, what we do is we just have an ongoing chat. And like, if I see something that I think we want to talk about on the show, I send it to him.
Right.
Cool. What I've been reading, though, on a lot of the announcements for this has made me chuckle a lot because, again, I think they've hit the point of who knows Indiana Jones, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he's not a big deal anymore. And because he's out of Star Wars, like he's not a big deal there either. He's, Harrison Ford, Hall of Fame actor, absolutely. But does Indy resonate with 20, 30-year-olds? And what I found interesting is that my son is in some film class filling out some, gen ed stuff for, graduation. And they made him watch Indiana Jones. And I kind of said to myself, I said, I kind of forced my kids to watch certain movies. Like The Goonies, you have to sit and watch that, whether you like it or not. That's life, because that's awesome.
Yep.
But I don't think I ever made them watch Indiana Jones. So if he wasn't in this film class, wouldn't have watched it. My daughter never watched it. My other son never watched it. So what are we going for here? Like they have to bring some sort of other media to the table here, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the way I feel.
So have you ever ridden any of the other Indiana Jones rides?
I have not.
I have not either.
Yeah. And again, for me, it's not necessarily about anything other than the IP. I'm just still very confused at the IP take for this ride, unless there's something planned from Disney to bring it back. Like I'm still befuddled about the IP take.
Maybe they've got a TV series.
I mean, something would be great, but without something else, like I feel like it's a miss on an IP when you could do so many other things. So
in a way, it's almost like the Tron ride. Because Tron, oh gosh, as much as I hate to say it, the Tron movies have just all flopped. And man,
I didn't even understand like how they could exist. Like after the first one, it was like very time based, and and I didn't know how Tron could exist in our world either. Which again, you could have made that ride anything else.
Yeah, very true. All right. So let's stay at Disney World in general. So there was an article that came out not too long ago, and the question was posed, will 2026 be a slow year for Disney World? And the reason that this article said that is because Disney World right now is in a very similar situation that Universal Orlando was in just 2 years ago. So let's go back in the Wayback Machine all the way to 2024, okay, and a little bit of 2023. Universal Orlando had a lot of major additions coming with Epic Universe.
Yeah, and they tried to shoehorn in some bad rides.
Right.
Like Fast and Furious.
Yep. And as a result of people thinking ahead, knowing that Epic Universe was going to be opening soon, that in 2024, Universal Orlando attendance dropped 2.6% at the main park and over 5% at Islands of Adventure.
And I'm going to be honest with you, that was me. Like I knew things were coming. I wasn't going to go.
Exactly. So right now there were two big drivers of that. One is that Disney World has got some major theme park renovations coming, just like Universal had. Think about it. They've got Monstropolis at Disney Hollywood Studios. They've got the Muppets takeover of the Rock and Roller Coaster.
Same darn ride, but go ahead.
Yeah. With the just mentioned Indiana Jones ride and the Encanto coming over to Disney Animal Kingdom, Cars Land and Villains Land coming at Magic Kingdom. All of this.
Which one are you most excited for?
For Cars Land or Villains Land, or
No,
just
all of these. All of them.
Honestly, it would have to be either Cars Land or Monstropolis, I think.
Okay, and I'm either Cars Land or Villains Land. So
yeah. So all of that, people are looking at all of that and saying, okay, let's just be honest. It's not cheap to go to Disney. And so do I want to go now and miss out for a couple of years before I can go back when all of this new stuff will not be as new? Or do I wait until it's brand new and go at that time?
Yeah. And for me, that's exactly what happened at Universal, right? Like I was like, hey, I'm waiting. And that's how I feel at Disney. We're going to use all our Disney points this year. And we're not going to maybe we go to Epcot one day, but that's it. If that, we're not going to be in the parks at all. And I think pricing has been a part of that, right? It is expensive and I need new stuff. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like if I've been on something, and again, I think it also depends where you are in life, right? We always talk about this, which, people have to understand. If you have kids that are 2 and 4, I mean, my youngest is going to be 16, 16, 20 and 22. Like I'm in a different spot, but I will tell you, if my kids have ridden the rides a ton of times, why are we going back to ride the same rides again, to eat the same food?
Other than nostalgia. I mean, that's...
Yeah. And maybe nostalgia fits in like a few times here and there, but it doesn't necessitate for our family to go every year.
Right.
And we're holding out. Like our big thing is we were actually just going over our points yesterday and like, hey, so we're going to go to Hilton Head. So this is how many points we're using. We're going to go and do some tennis camp stuff maybe over the summer, which may or may not happen. It just kind of depends how our summer goes. It'll be last minute items. And we're like, but then in 2027, like we're making a big trip.
Right.
So I get it.
To Orlando, right?
Correct. Which we will do just Disney at that point.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Now, the only other thing that you might want to look at this, if being the first at a new land or a new ride is not your thing, 2026 could be, the year that if you zig while others zag, you might be there with low crowds. So it could...
I would say that, except the crowds have been absolutely ridiculous now.
Well, yeah, it's all relative, right? A slower, and you don't see me doing the air quotes with my fingers, a slower day at Disney is still pretty doggone packed.
Yeah.
So anyway, the only other piece of park news that we have right now is that if you're going to Magic Kingdom on January 27th, so in about 2 months, it will be closing very early, and that's 4:30 p.m. because Disney is doing their Disney cast member service celebration. Yeah. Yes, they will be celebrating all of the longtime cast members, which is, like Damon just said, it's very neat that they do something to show appreciation like that. So
I think before we get into the after show, like I think this has to be like a Disney park news and cruise news. All we've been seeing is stuff about the Disney Destiny.
Yes.
Right. Now that people have gotten on it, the influencers. And again, once I retire, that is part of my goal, is to be able to do events like that. Right. I think that would be great. I'll tell you, I was kind of like, I love Royal Caribbean. There's so much more to do. I don't know. I looked at some of the stuff on that ship and was like, we got to get back on a Disney cruise. And I didn't think I would say that. And it's looked really cool. I don't know if it's the IP. I don't know if it's the vibe. I don't know if it's the way the ship is set up, but it looks pretty darn neat.
What's the new bar there that everyone's
the Haunted Mansion one? Or
oh yeah, is it that or the 20,000 Leagues?
Oh, I don't know. I saw the Haunted Mansion stuff. You know what? Again, my knock on the Disney ships has always been they're great for younger kids, and then you kind of miss out on things to do.
Right.
For whatever reason, this ship looks like it has more just things to do. Like I remember our last Disney cruise, and we were kind of like sitting around for an hour or two going, okay, what are we doing? I feel like this is a little different now. So I'm excited for that. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see us booking that as well.
Okay.
Especially like I said, if we go from 5 people to 2, man,
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that like, you're going to be like,
you get concierge level, man.
Damon does a lot of stuff. Like we are going to dive full into that sort of world of like being, and again, I'll be a grandparent influencer. I'm going to call it right now. That's what the goal is to be a grandparent influencer.
Yeah. When you retire,
Wait, like, are you older than me though?
I thought we were pretty much the same. Hey, I'm 51. I'm just going to say it. I'm 51. How old?
Oh, okay. I'm 52. So, okay.
Okay. Yeah. You're a year older than me. So when you retire first and you're rolling in that money, just feel free to invite me and, treat me to a cruise. All right.
There you go. There you go.
All right, folks. So that is it for park news. So that means it is time for the after show. All right, folks, it is time for the after show. This first piece of news we're going to talk about is actually not about any park or any ride. It's actually about Disney Plus. So if you are a Disney Plus subscriber, you should have received an email not too long ago that indicated that Disney Plus will no longer be working on certain older devices. So the interesting thing is that the email didn't actually indicate what it means by older devices, right? So like right now we have an older Apple TV and we have some Rokus, but it didn't actually say like which one is going to.
I don't know how you snuck this in on news.
Yeah.
Blake snuck this in on me. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's about Disney. Come on. So if you happen to have an older device, you just need to keep an eye out because all of a sudden Disney Plus may stop working on your device. So, all right. Moving on to Dollywood. Let's go over to Dollywood. So I know David's excited about that.
I am, but I wish this was like next to the other ride system thing because I think they go hand in hand.
Right. So
but let's start with this, yes.
Yeah, so Dollywood has revealed the ride vehicle design for its new Nightflight expedition ride that is coming. So this is going to be the amphibious ride vehicle, and it interacts with, and this is Dollywood's wording, by the way, it interacts with vivid multimedia projections, dynamic onboard and offboard audio, as well as special lighting effects to create a truly immersive ride experience. And there's
I'm so excited for, excited for this. I really hope it doesn't disappoint. I mean, again, we haven't seen a lot of what Disney's going to do. So I can't say that, what they're doing is not, innovative as well. But listen, Epic Universe, I look at Epic Universe and I had probably one of the best vacations with the family there.
Right.
I still would say that I think it was something of I don't think it was that innovative, but I think what it was is that everything that they did really well. And it was all together in one shot, excluding the werewolf ride, which is totally a throwaway, by the way. But really? I think, oh yeah, that one's not Monsters Unleashed. Monsters Unleashed is awesome. But see, even Monsters Unleashed is really, really good. Mm-hmm. But it's the same kind of ride vehicle that you had in Harry Potter. But it's so well done that it makes the ride phenomenal. But anyway, I think for this, what I'm so excited about is that it's something different.
Right.
And I really hope that it pulls through. And as everyone knows, I need to be there first for things before they get wrecked by other people. So I will be there this year. And that is the goal, is Nightflight.
We should make a trip. We should.
I told you should come with us.
Yeah.
Chris is probably going to meet us too, but like I told you the dates and you kind of blew me off. So I don't know what to say. I did not blow you off.
I had to say, I don't know yet. Yeah. I can't plan that far out.
Oh my goodness. We have our cruise booked for 27. Like what? And
oh my gosh.
It was funny because I was talking to somebody that listens to the show and, we go with them to like Hollywood, Hollywood, that we go to them with the Halloween stuff every year in the area, right?
Right.
And so I said to her, when we met last time and we were talking, she was like, oh, well, tell us, when you're going on that cruise. We always wanted to go on a cruise. And I said, yep, no problem. So I sent her the information, but I guess I just, like, I said, oh, these are the dates, and I didn't think, and she's like, I can't find it. I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, oh, I thought you were talking about 26. Like, no, like, we're booked for 27. Like, so I try to book things pretty early, but yes, Blake has the dates, so don't let him, he has the dates. It's totally on him.
I'm going to look into it. I promise. All right. Hey, let's drop down to the other ride system article, since we
now I want to go in your order, because now, like, I need a break. I need to, like, ramp up to that. So we're talking about the ride footers installed for the replacement for Rip Ride Rockit coaster, which, again, I tell you, is one of the best. One of the things that they did on that coaster.
Liked that? Wait a minute. You liked that ride?
Oh, yeah.
Rip Rockit? Oh, I hated that ride. I rode it one time and I thought, I'm not doing that again.
So I think that one of the things that they did on that ride that was so minimal and so awesome at the same time is the secret menu. How can you not love a secret music menu? Like, I mean, that was just such, like, a thing. Like, and it made such a big deal. Yeah, I like that coaster, but you like that coaster for the music. You like that coaster for the video that you get at the end. Like, as a coaster, it was fine, but like, those two things together were awesome. And, putting in your special things so you get to the, other menu, like, well worth it. I think something was awesome.
I got to be honest. I have no clue what you're talking about. I didn't even know there was a special menu. So what is it? It gave you a secret music soundtrack or something?
Wait, do you know what ride we're talking about?
Yes, it's the Rip. Yeah, it's the one that's supposed to be like rock and roll based, and you go straight.
You pick a song.
Maybe I did that. I don't know. I was trying to maybe.
You have to pick a song, otherwise you just get a default song. But there's a menu of songs, and you pick, like, a song that you would like. Well, when you got on the ride, there was a secret menu system that opened up even more songs.
I did not know that. So, wow.
Folks, this is what I deal with. Feel for me.
Yeah, exactly. All right, but to what Damon is talking about, they have installed ride footers now for the replacement ride,
which could be what we're going to see, the Fast and the Furious ride that exists out in California.
Right. So,
which isn't bad.
Yeah, so there's still no official word. That is the weird thing, is they're putting footers in, but there is no official word from Universal on what this is going to be. So
yeah, and to me, that makes me believe that it will be the same ride or a similar ride, because they already, you know what I mean, like, that they're putting the footers in. I think that's what we're going to get.
Right. Yeah. All right. Let's actually step outside of a park for a minute. So, there were the wildfires out in California, and as a way to help rebuild from that, Disney Imagineers are helping redesigning Charles White Park in Altadena, California. That is right outside of Los Angeles. There are pictures that they are helping to, I don't want to say Disneyfy it, but they're going to help the city of Altadena to rebuild this park from the wildfires. So I thought it was nice little community effort from Disney.
Absolutely.
That we wanted to talk about. All right, let's go back to Universal Orlando. They are already looking at expanding Epic Universe. And
we knew this, though.
Yeah, but it seems pretty accelerated. I was not expecting them to do this fast. So it's going to go on an expansion pad behind the Ministry of Magic. So this will be in the Harry Potter section of Epic Universe. Now, there's nothing official again, but the prevailing rumor, if you look at some patent applications from Universal, this could be a broom ride or possibly a Quidditch match type experience at Ministry of Magic.
Yeah, I hope it's not, again, same ride vehicle that we have with Forbidden Journey, just kind of upped again, because we got that already in, Monsters Unleashed. So hopefully it will be something different. I think there's people are kind of matching this rumor up with some information about a ride system that Universal has. A broomstick ride would be pretty interesting. What if you took the ride that I hate? What is it over at Avatar?
Yeah, Avatar over at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, what is that ride called again? I blocked it
Flight
out.
of Passage.
Yeah. And did something like that? I don't know.
If you could gamify it somehow where you could actually, like, get points.
I do like gamified rides because the replayability is great, like Toy Story Mania. Like, it's phenomenal. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I hope it's something new.
Right.
And we can talk about new things. We're going to get to some interesting new things in a minute.
Yeah. Speaking of gamifying, did you do Villain Con over at Universal?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man,
Wait. You're talking about the ride?
What? So it's like, I say it's
You're talking about the Minion ride?
Yes.
The one where you stand on the thing? Yeah, of course.
You stand on the walkway and shoot things. That was a lot more fun than I was expecting it to be.
I would agree with that assessment. I would agree.
I went into it thinking, okay, this is going to be a Minion ride. But like the whole shooting with the laser gun, that was really fun, actually.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, all right. So Silverwood Theme Park. This is
which I've never heard of, by the way.
I had never heard of it either until Damon sent me this link. So this is a regional theme park in, I'm going to hopefully say this right, Athol, Idaho. Okay. So it's in the Northwest. And by the way, who even knew there would be a theme park in Idaho? I would not have known that. All right. So it's located in Athol, Idaho. It's operated by the Norton family, and they have been running it for 35 years. Spans 400 acres and is home to more than 70 rides and attractions. So this is not a small
I was surprised. I didn't know anything about it, and it's not small. I was just kind of...
And there's a water park, it's called Boulder Beach Water Park. They are selling all of this to the Herschend company. And you may not know this, but Herschend operates more than 40 family entertainment brands in America.
But the two that are important.
Right. Among them, one is Dollywood. So this is the company that operates Dollywood.
And Silver Dollar City.
Silver Dollar City.
Another favorite park of mine.
Yes.
Well worth going to. I tell you, the fact that, and we talk about that park all the time. One, because it was like far to drive and that was a terrible drive. But two, because there's a jail on site.
Yeah.
And Silver Dollar City is actually managed like its own town. So there's actually an police for Silver Dollar City, which is kind of cool. But anyway, there's this, fun jail. But for whatever reason, my boys went in and the door got stuck and they couldn't get out. And it was so funny. I thought that was really funny.
Do you think that was intentional? Like a gimmick that they do? Like,
I don't think so.
It locked on you one time.
No, it didn't lock. It was just stuck. Like it was just kind of funny, but it was something that we talk about all the time.
Okay. So anyway, they are selling to the Herschend Corporation, and Herschend is, like we just said, they're not new to the theme park, so they should be able to keep that going. By the way, they also own, I didn't realize this, the Harlem Globetrotters. I would not have thought that a entertainment or a theme park company would have owned them, but they own the Harlem Globetrotters. All right. Last little bit of after show news, and this is where,
by not least, this is crazy.
Yeah. So there are some links online. If you are, by the way, a Patreon subscriber, you're going to get our show notes with a link to what we are getting ready to talk about. So there's a company called Intamin. I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. They are teaming up
with produce all sorts of rides, by the way. Like, they're a big deal.
Yeah. So they are teaming up with ETF Ride Systems to create just what I'm calling the next generation of trackless ride systems. And there is a demo video that they have put out that it's all computer generated, right? It's nothing actual physical that they've done, just demonstrating what they are going to be capable of. And this looks amazing. And
what you see here is just like a little taste of it. So when I always talk about, what's the next thing? Like, what are we looking at? I need something different, right? I need holograms. I need this. I need that. This may be it. So it's a trackless ride system, but it can do so many other things. So one, it's faster, right? So you can do like kind of a coaster experience.
Like a launch coaster.
Yeah, which is cool. It has a drop. Like you can do, and they're calling them bungee drops, which means like it's not a slow drop. Like it's a bungee drop, and each kind of car can be independent of the rest of them, which is also super crazy. the CGI that they have is just nuts. I mean, so you have 360 motion. You have, what do they have it at, like 1.5 meters a second? Like,
right.
It's something.
Tilting, it's rolling.
8% tilt you have. These drops. So I'm curious because it almost seems like it's the next iteration of what we're going to see at Dollywood, in terms of their ride system.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you, this teaser is crazy. So 36 kilometers per hour. I don't know what that is in miles per hour, but they have a video of a dinosaur chasing you in your ride vehicle. Like, how awesome is that? This is, and it's pretty much for dark ride. So it seems like it will all be inside.
This is like, to me, this is like Rise of the Resistance, but at a whole nother level.
Yes. And again, like it is a trackless dark ride. So is it something brand new? No, but I look for innovation wherever we can get it. And I think that there's enough in here to kind of say innovation. It's kind of like what I said about Epic. Like, everything's just done better. Like, if you give me this though, this might be interesting. Yeah.
And looking at the demonstration here, it looks like you would be able to tailor this to just about any IP that you could think of. Like, they would be able to fit it in. So, because in the demonstration,
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, they've got all types of genres in this little demo that we're looking at. So anyway, this is still on the horizon. They are still in development, but I would imagine within the next 3 to 4 years, you're going to see something come out that uses this, which is going to be really cool. All right. So that pretty much wraps it up for today. We'd like to thank our sponsor once again, don'tresistthetravel.com. If you are heading on a trip, it doesn't have to be a Disney trip, doesn't have to be a Dollywood trip. It can be any trip. Go visit them, let them start creating and planning your getaway, and let them handle all of the details. Once again, that is don'tresistthetravel.com. You can listen to us on all of your podcast streamers. Please go and rate us and give us a review. If we're not on your favorite platform, just drop us a message and we will get you added. And if you do anything else, please go to Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star rating and review us. That will help us out more than you can possibly imagine.
Like, we forgot again to pick what seat, but thank goodness I didn't forget this time.
Oh, what seat are you going to pick? Go ahead.
I don't remember. What seat did I pick? I have my phone turned off now because...
I don't know. I can't remember.
So we have this fun thing that we've been doing where, like, hey, if you're on a train or an airplane...
Oh, that's right.
There's going to be one, with cars coming up, like, where would you want to sit? And there's Disney characters, Marvel characters, Star Wars characters. Go on our Instagram, Rhubarb Travelers, or TikTok, Rhubarb Travelers, and go take a look and then pick your seat. Right. It's kind of fun. And we keep saying that, Blake keeps saying on the videos, and, just tune into the next show where we tell you where we're going to sit. And then last time we didn't do it, but this time I remembered at the last moment. I forget what seat I was in.
I forgot too. I don't.
Oh my goodness.
Man, we are a well-oiled machine on this show, folks, as you can tell.
Oh my goodness. He's going to make me actually flip over to it if I can to go take a look.
So while he's pulling that up, let me just go. If you want to send us an email, send it to rhubarbtravelerspodcast@gmail.com. You can send us questions. You can send us trip reviews. You can send us an email commenting on how wrong Damon is about regional musical theater, whatever strikes your fancy. He just talked about Instagram and TikTok. We have accounts on there, so head on over to the socials, look up Rhubarb Travelers, and we will be there. Have you pulled it up yet?
No, because I don't remember what the password is. It's terrible. I think I just remembered it though.
Okay.
It should have been easy for me to remember because, now that I remember what it was. All right. So we have these seats. I picked seat 7, which was Remy and BB-8. And the reason I picked it is because I'm all about the food. And I think that if I'm on a train ride, they're going to get me the best food.
Right.
I don't even know if Blake commented because, it's Blake and, I don't see a comment here. So I don't know what seat he'd sit in.
My choice would be, I'm going to do the Obi-Wan Kenobi and Merida seat just because I think it would be really neat to listen to their accents the entire ride, especially Merida's Scottish accent.
But we're on a ride, and they both have weapons, though. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. I could get over that just by listening to Merida all day. That would be good. All right.
Well, that's good, at least.
All right. So, I'm glad we remembered to do that finally. All right, folks, that will do it for the show this week. We will be back, as always, in 2 weeks. And until then, Damon?
We did a good job because we're going to miss both holidays based on our schedule.
Oh, that's awesome. Right. Yeah, we will have time off. So
Yeah.
You will not hear from us again until after the Thanksgiving holidays.
But that's okay because that's only a week away, so it fits our schedule perfect.
Yep, exactly. So until then, Damon, I will talk to you later, my friend.
Sounds good.
Folks, the Rhubarb Travelers podcast is for entertainment purposes only. We are not employed by the Walt Disney Company or NBC Universal, the parent company of Universal Studios. And as such, all opinions expressed on the show are exclusively our own. Please consult a DVC or Disney cast member or Universal team member for more information about anything we might have talked about today.
I agree with you. Like, once these leaves start coming down in North Carolina, I start to get pretty bad allergies. It's the moisture with the leaves and the mold and oh my goodness.
You want to restart that?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I'm just going to turn off my phone. Like, I'm in the house. Like, that was my son.